Outcast Demon Hunter is an insanely strong deck right now, but it's not at all simple to pilot, so in this video I will give you a guide about the deck, show its mulligans as well as its win rates, so you know how to play better with and against this deck. If you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget you can hire me for some Hearthstone coaching. Now, let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
Here's the variant I used, and you're gonna see that Hogstrider Rancher actually made the cut into this list nowadays, and it does definitely feel like it has room in the deck. But more on that later. We have a couple of Dispose the Evidence in here, which are easy activators for your Lady Steno, and it's also a lot of damage out of nowhere basically, and it can also help you outcast things that are otherwise unoutcastable. Like let's say if you have a Spectral Sight, but it's getting blocked by something like a Vengeful Walloper in the early game, you're definitely gonna be very happy shuffling it back in, so you can actually have some good card draw later. We have a ton of good Outcast cards, with Crimson Sigil Runner, giving you a little bit of extra card draw, Fierce Outrider, which also gives you a discount on your next Outcast, which is insanely strong, especially if you start chaining a bunch of these. Illiterary Studies helps you discover more of those good Outcasts. We also have Vicious Slitter Spear, which can also amp up the damage really fast if it's left unchecked. And it's also activating your Predation. Security is also pretty strong, giving you free 1/1s as soon as turn 1 or 2. Spectral Sight for the good card draw, obviously. Wayward Sage, which is also a Naga by the way, if you haven't noticed. And it's also discounting your far left and far right, which can be huge if it lands on something key like, let's say, Glaivatar, or Helveria, or Lady Steno, or Hogstrider, heck, even on Wretched Exile. And Wretched Exile is in here because it can generate you tons of extra steam, especially if, like I said, you start chaining a bunch of Fierce Outriders. And for some reason, this thing actually gets Outriders a lot of the time, like seriously, it's happening way more than it should. And that's kind of the reason why we also have Hogstrider in here, because a lot of the times you get to chain a bunch of 0 Fierce Outriders, and that floods the board really fast. But don't get baited into thinking that playing this into something like Security is gonna give you the buff. It's not. You actually have to play those cards and not just summon them, so keep that in mind. Lady Steno is in here because she is an absolutely busted card, obviously. You have a lot of discount spells with Predations and Dispose Evidence and a bunch of other cheap stuff like Illidari Studies and whatnot. So getting a ton of swings from Lady Steno is usually very easy, and you can actually buff her with the Hogstrider Rancher, even though that's not happening way too often. We have one copy of Rush the Stage, which draws you a couple of your good Rush minions, and it also discounts them by 1, so it's a pretty strong card. And the Rush minions you could expect out of this would be your Fierce Outriders, which are gonna go down to 0, or Hovera, which is gonna be a free cost, or a Vengeful Walloper, which discounts by 1 as well. Fellerin is also crazy good in this deck because it gives you a lot of good extra gas in the form of more Outcast cards, and that's an excellent way for you to be loading up your Glaivatar, which gives you a lot of card draw. Like, you're actually gonna overdraw with this if you're not careful, so try not to play too many Outcast cards because those usually draw anyway, so be mindful not to actually burn yourself with this. We have Helveria, which is an insanely powerful card, and you gotta always remember to be attacking with your Rush minions first when you're having this. Like, if you have a full board and you put down Helveria, you attack with her first, and something that doesn't kill her, and then, if the minions can actually go face, start doing that with the Rush minions first because they still buff everything else. And that is something that is very easy to forget if you're not looking out for it. And we also have a couple of Vengeful Wallopers at the end, which usually drop down for 0 mana decently fast, even as soon as turn 5, but technically it can happen a lot sooner, like theoretically probably even on turn 2. You have quite a few game plans with this deck, and you gotta be careful and you gotta know which one to look out for in the particular matchups. Because if you're out against slow matchups, you're probably gonna want to rely on your Lady Steno a lot, or on your Hogstrider Rancher, so you can actually build a sticky board that they cannot deal with super easily. Against matchups like Druid, where they can't really deal with your stuff early on, you want to be tempoing out a ton of stats with things like Security, Fierce Outriders, Vicious Slitter Spears, and so on. And against matchups where you want to fight on the board, you want to be very reactive there and actually fight for the board so you can come out ahead. And usually that's not a problem because your minions actually have Rush. And against things like Pure Pal, you're going to be able to poke out Divine Shields easily and also kill 1 health minions. But also don't forget that your 1/1 minions are a lot scarier for the opponent than you think, because if they get left unchecked, things like Helveria can make the board very scary very fast. Also don't forget you actually have a lot of direct phase damage with things like Glaivatar, Dispose of Evidence, and Predation, so if you actually manage to drop them low enough in the early turns with your board, you might just finish them off with weapon swings or from hand. Matchup wise, here's what the stats show in Legend, and Blood Death Knight is not going to be a very fun matchup for you, but again, if you try to go for a Lady Steno against them, that might be the better out. Spell DH is also unfavorable for you, and I felt that, even though all of the games felt super close, and I was missing literally just 1 or 2 damage in most of those matchups. We still took more L's than wins, so there's that, but the rest looks pretty good. And from Diamond to Legend also Spooky Mage is supposed to be not very good, even though I did manage to win against one of those. Mulligan wise, here's what the stats show when going first. And it seems like Fellerin is a pretty good card to be keeping in most cases, and also Crimson Sigil Runner, especially outcasted on the left, could be a pretty good thing to keep as well. Vicious Slither Spear is also pretty nice. Wretched Exile can also be considered a keep, especially if you have something like a Fierce Outrider, as well as Illidari Studies. Wayward Sage can also be pretty good, and in some situations you could even consider keeping the Hawkstrider Rancher. Spectral Sight, if it's already outcasted on the left, would be great, and same can be said for Security. Rush the Stage or the Glaivatar is not something I really often keep when going first, and when going second, here's what the stats show again. And it's basically the same thing, but the Glaivatar looks still pretty low on the keep list, even though I do believe if you're against slower matchups, you would be more than happy to actually hold on to it. But it's kinda hard really knowing if you're against a slow matchup nowadays, because when you face a Death Knight, you think it's Blood DK and it turns out Unholy, and when you're against the Priest, you think it's Control and it turns out Shadow. So it's pretty tricky actually keeping the Glaivatar. All around, that's it for the deck. It's not very expensive, but it's definitely not very easy to pilot, and also God knows Demon Hunter is probably in for a nerf. Even though we don't know how Demon Hunter is gonna get hit, this deck might actually receive a passive nerf, while they're targeting the other, more pro-dominant archetypes right now. Now, let's check out some of my games on my road to top 100 Legend with it. Hope you enjoy. I don't think I can keep him like this. Is the chicken even worth keeping? Probably not. Against the priest, I doubt it. Okay, he has control indeed. We have Calvera, so as soon as he leaves a little bit of a board, we might have some things to talk about. I think I'll just tempo this out right now. No, what the fuck? It's a Naga. If you say so. Let's see if this is a Naga or that. Like, what the fuck? Should I even coin out the Glaivatar here? Ah, fuck it.
They will never catch me.
How does he kill it if I tempo it out? Let's find out. Answers to these questions and more. He could just silence it. I'd be okay with that, I think. Random, plenty of things that kill it. Doing the obvious one. Okay.
The more you struggle, the better.
Still rather go like this. Okay.
They will never catch me.
Set up some card draw for later. Sure.
Who's hiding now? They will never catch me.
Should have Astra with the Hawk Strider there. Definitely should have. Better late than never. Silence would still be somewhat sucky, but acceptable, I guess. Whirlpool leaves me with a bunch of 1/1s. Nothing amazing, sadly. Okay, another Glaivatar. That's nice-ish. Let's do this. I don't want to draw way too much with the second batch. Best key, Lady Steno waiting room.
Who's hiding now?
Okay. Would be nice if next turn we find dispose evidence off the top, so we can actually use it before we swing. I think we win. Perfect.
A watery grave awaits.
I think this is just lethal, right? Cool. Okay, apparently it's not such a bad matchup, especially with the Steno. Okay. Taking it slow with this deck can definitely help. Definitely have the big boy damage with Lady Steno potential. That's why I'm thinking that Abusive Sergeant can definitely fit the bill here. Spell, obviously, right? That's the only thing we're losing to so far. Well, this is a hand that curves out decently well, I guess. I can give it a go. Not spell, by the way. So it's either big or me. Interesting, interesting.
They need our kin. Now more than ever.
Sure. He took the bait. We didn't really care about that chicken too much. We only liked it as a friend. Okay, that was gonna be a lot of card draw. Still don't know what this guy is, by the way.
If three rights make a left.
I almost have lethal right now, as is.
Demons? Demons.
Well, these are useless. Didn't even get the weapon or anything. Kinda unfortunate, not gonna lie. Okay. Sad that he gets the rush, but good news is he is dead. 1, 2, 6 exact. Cool. He curved out poorly, not gonna pretend. I mean, he still had a turn 5 Evoker, which is not a small thing, but he could have had a turn 4. If I have to choose between facing a Blood Death Knight and a Control Priest, I'd choose getting shot in the head, honestly, but it's not the most unbeatable thing in the world, honestly. Like, you just gotta be real careful. Don't want to overextend, and you gotta know what to expect on each turn and try to play around it to the best of your capabilities. Saul Goodman, okay, man. Saul good, man. Can I keep Spectral almost outcast like that? Like, you don't really keep Dispose Evidence. I think I'll do it like this, but plenty of cock blocks that can happen. Well, that kind of blocks me. Until it doesn't. Okay, this is a good start. He's not Spell. Could be a Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I think he's big. This helps. Security. Heck. Good Immolation Aura here, obviously, but still. You can still kill Blood Death Knights just with straight up hero powering for 5 damage, man. Burning their deck is far from your main win condition against them. It's definitely a good win condition against them, but you can literally just slap them with the big ol' hero powers and still be ahead.
Who's hiding now? They will never catch me.
What am I even thinking there? Okay, next turn we equip the Weppy Wep. Turn after we start doing things.
It is our time to walk out of the shadow. A blunder.
Opsy.
A blunder.
If I had Calvira right now, would have been a blunder, but sadly I don't.
Vengeance is mine. Gotta go.
On massaging the mouth area. That's mildly annoying. Okay. Should I go with security here? More card draw, right? Draw 3 cards. Sure. Why are you not Outcast? Still doing it.
Hiding now. Come out, come out.
This guy's a big DH. Clear as day. How much steno damage do we have right now with double dispose the evidence? That's 10. 10, 12 is what I'm seeing. I can probably wait a turn, right? Still like this, I don't want to give him too good of a lifesteal board. I mean, right now he can still have both spell power girls or just one spell or double Fell Blast. That would be mildly annoying, but still, I think it's fine. GG. Cool! 150, blaze it. What? Against the blood, I have a feeling the glaive is gonna be important. Something tells me the glaive is gonna be important against the potential bloody. Did I play against Snufkin? Nope. I'm gonna treat him as blood. Well, that ain't helping no one. He ain't blood, so maybe I'm not super happy about holding on to this weapon, but I guess if I top deck the 2-mana Wayward Sage, that'd be fine. Or if I get it out of this. Yeah, looks like unholy to me. No Wayward Sage, not even once.
They will never catch me.
It's an unfavored matchup is what it is. But all I gotta do is tempo a bit. So far I ain't.
They need our care.
Oh god.
Now more than ever.
Well, I get to kill it. Costs me a lot though. Costs me a fair bit.
And close enough. Me have that for you.
Still respect it a bit. He curved out fairly slow.
The more you struggle,
Would be nice if we top deck a good Outcast card like the 2-1 Rush or the 2-2 Sage. Exile, okay.
Is it safe to feed?
Really not good enough, fam.
They will never catch me.
Now you fucking come, bitch. I'm gonna hold a turn. Yikes. Real fucking yikes. Lady Steno, as I live and breathe. What's that gonna do? We're about to find out. We're about to find out.
A watery grave awaits. Who's hiding
No, 0 spells apparently. As I live and breathe.
They will never catch me. Come out, come out. Vengeance, vengeance.
Okay, we still are putting up a fair fight, a fair piece of resistance. I still have both the Fierce Outriders in the deck, wouldn't you know it, against the matchup where they matter the most. Bottom 12. Fascinating, am I right? How fierce of them.
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
Okay, this is cool. Should I go for Helvira here? Good Plague Striker. No, I think I'll deal with the Bordeaux.
I grow impatient.
Let's go like this instead.
They need our care. Now more than ever.
Anyone order a ghoul to the face? Who's hiding now? Anyone order a ghoul to the face?
If 3 rights make a left.
Time grows short.
Come out, come out.
I think we got him. How do we beat Control Priest with Blood Decay? With a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, mainly. It's a very hard matchup because they get to copy a lot of your trash, and it's not an easy matchup by any means.
I will never.
Yeah, that's annoying because he gets to kill the big boys, but it's not enough. Easy game, easy life then. Easy game, easy life, fam.
My torment is my meat. Vengeance, vengeance.
Hate to break it to you, fam. Broke your neck.
Sorrow core.
That was fun. We actually had a pretty rocky start against this guy. Pretty rocky start against this guy. Let's see it. Can we bump under 100? Let's do it. What the fuck is this skin? I haven't even seen it. Looks kind of cool. Oh, it's Phenomenal.
Show on the road. This ends now.
Against Phenomenal. Phenomenal. We might actually do some serious business with this hand real soon. I think I'll hold the whole thing.
Evil draws close.
Thanks, Rocker.
Might just try to wretched. What does Riff War even run in terms of early game versus Riff? Bladestorm, I guess, could be a thing.
Is it safe to feed?
Wow, that sucks. Well, that sucks now, don't it? That sucks big ass. Sucks donkey butts. Hmm.
They need our care. Now more than ever.
Shoot Slam still in the game? Is chat. He's looking for it. I'm fresh out of water. Found it.
I see.
If three rights make a left.
Let's try like this. Not sure how I should be approaching this matchup, not gonna lie.
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
Pick me! Pick me!
Shield blockage. Okay.
It is our time to step out of the shadows. I see.
Okay. It's about time for him to start riffing a bit.
You are not prepared.
How's it going, Flash Matt?
I'm blind.
Now this is something I can rock to. Put this on repeat.
Okay.
They need our care.
Anyone order a ghoul to the face? My blood born. What war?
See if he can handle that. Doubt it. I don't even know what's in the warrior decks right now, man. Like, okay, Brawl is still in the game. Blade Storm, but that ain't doing him too much. It's like a GG to me almost. Well, sadly I don't have any spells to really bump up my Nagas, but should I even be worried? Like, what can he do in the future turns, honestly? Not much. I guess he's trying to find his Brawl or something. I guess Brawl Bladestorm does clear everything mostly. Depends on what the Brawl does. As soon as he plays a minion, he's basically dead due to Elvira. Even if I just top deck Predation, that's also gonna be great for me. What's it gonna be, Broseps? Where does skin come out from, by the way? I've literally never seen it anywhere. I even checked the shop. There is a new warrior skin out there right now, but where the hell is this from? Okay. This might do him more harm than good, but still. There's that predation I was talking about.
I grow impatient.
If I Elvira into it, what's that gonna do?
Demons.
+6. It's not really worth it, man. How about if I do it like this?
Is this the way?
Missed lethal? You sure? I don't think there was enough room for a potential lethal there, man. Are you sure you counted it correctly with board space, him life stealing, and everything else? If I predationed it and played security, would that do? Can you write that in English next time? That wasn't enough. That was not enough. I guarantee it. Without even checking the VOD, that was not enough. It was far from it. Because we were healing him for 6 in the process.
Anybody?
Gonna look at the VOD, but I'm pretty sure it was not enough.
Pick me! That's death was your last!
We are fell blood.
My torment is my muse. Vengeance! Vengeance! Sorrow!
Hands off the feather!
Okay. Good game regardless. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure there was no lethal like that. Not sure if there was no lethal at all, but I'm pretty sure there was no lethal like that. 24, predation to the face, 27, 29, 30. And he's at 33. Can we agree there's no lethal? 27 lethal. Is he at 27 though? Are we not lifestealing at him, dude? Don't you just hate it when you miss lethals when they don't exist? Okay, we actually have the Outrider this time. That helps. This is a very good hand. A very good hand indeed.
For war!
Like strike, wouldn't have it any other way.
If 3 rights...
2 mana Lady Stano could be scary. Sadly, I don't have a way to... Well, he already used the coin, so... No threats there for a chicken.
Reach for the sky!
Playing the Murloc variant again. Really wish this was the Russia girl, not gonna lie.
Is this the way?
I mean, the Russia Fierce Outrider. If he temples a chicken here, the 5 kills it. Doesn't. Outcast action of the top, por favor. Not even once.
Anyone order a ghoul to the face? Whop!
This hand a bit too minion heavy in it. Unfortunate. Nothing a security off the top wouldn't have fixed, but that ain't it, is it?
A watery grave awaits. My torment is
This is a full clear.
sorrow cord.
Can't say no to that. Couple of chunky ladies out there, has to deal with him. Already used one Plague Strike, so hopefully doesn't get a second one. The Cruel Necrolite is somewhat okay for him. All I need is a good Outcast off the top, man. All I really need is... Fellerin also works.
And
Thousand hero power, let's fucking go. This could help.
Is it safe? If 3 rights make a left.
This will help.
Catch me. They will never catch me. Anyone order a ghoul to the face? Whop! Dead in the water! My blood
What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? GG, bro. The couple of cool ladies pulled it off. Had a pretty good starting hand, but he also had a good hand. Why am I just seeing this? Mother of six, he says, dumbass. Okay, okay. I can keep the whole hand, I think. This can work out.
My blood boils for war. You here for the tour?
Okay.
If 3 rights.
Next turn I'm gonna be popping. Should be another unholy, right?
The fallen will serve.
Oh boy.
Is it safe to feed?
I see.
Who's hiding now? They will never catch me.
You know.
Fire and blood.
Looks like a turn free to me. Looks like a turn free to me. Okay, that's annoying. Not gonna pretend it ain't.
I grow impatient.
Gotta go.
Is this the way?
Okay, I should have traded the 2-3 into the taunt. That was my initial plan, if I gotta be completely honest. I'm not sure why I did what I did, but this was the second best, I guess.
More you struggle, the better.
One man and Naga off the top would be fine. Heck, even Lady Stan if you ask me. Acceptable. Okay, that's cute.
They will never catch me.
Fuck me sideways, man. Can't even play the I-beam.
They will never catch me. Vengeance! Vengeance! Anyone order a ghoul to the face? Whop! My blood boils for war. Fire and blood!
Is this the way?
Guess I could have done 1 extra damage there. Oops. Still far away from Mogre, and I think that's how we can lose this game.
It is our time to step out of the shadows. I see.
Is there a lethal in here? Surely there's lethal in here. Is there? Plus, I think it's 2 off. Still doing it though. Don't have any more direct damage, so right now if he plays the taunties, then a Plague Strike doesn't, right? So, still dead, right?
They will never catch me.
I see.
Elvira's the only rusher, but she's, you know,
My torment is my muse, sorrow cord. Blast.
figured it out. Fun! 121.